Hi everyone, it's Rachel here with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is going to be a general collective reading, so if you've been guided to watch this message, there's probably something here for you. I went ahead and pulled out a bunch of Wisdom Oracle cards, just general Oracle cards. There's archetype cards, Power of Love cards, a lot of general cards for you. And then at the end, towards the end of this video, I'm going to do a light tarot reading. It's kind of just an overall of seeing what your situation is, what your weaknesses are, what the purpose of the lesson you're going through at this time is, and what the what advice Spirit has for you as you go along this journey. Now, I was guided to grab my pyrite, which is this is a fool's gold crystal essentially, and this can commonly be used for protection. It can also be used for healing, like from negative energy mostly. And it can also be very enhancing of willpower. So that's kind of where your fire, your creativity come from. That's tied to like your second and your third chakra, which is your sacral chakra and your solar plexus chakra. So some of you might feel the need to go get a pyrite if you don't have one. I used to have one of these as a kid, and I thought it was, so cool because it's fool's gold. It's very popular back in my day. Anyways, let's dive right in. I'm going to dive into the oracle cards first, like I said, because there's a lot that's going on right now. So interestingly enough, we are going to be in the new moon in Capricorn, and that is the card that came out from my wisdom moon deck, oracle moon deck. So it says your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So whatever lesson it is that you're supposed to be learning right now, collective, like you're learning it. I do feel like there's been some difficulties for you, but just because I feel like loving yourself is a bit of a challenge at this time. I did get the Lovers card, and that is symbolic of a transformation in a sense. This is kind of like the swan on it to me symbolizes like you are moving from this like ugly duckling into this beautiful glowing swan. A swan isn't a duck, so you're not a duckling. It would be like a cygnette, I think is what they're called, the baby swans. But this Lovers card is very, very significant for you. The number 17 might be significant as well since it's on the card here. So maybe the 17th of July, something big might be shifting for you in your energy. The next card I pulled for you is from my chakra deck. It is tied to your solar plexus. So I do feel like that is probably why I was guided for this pyrite, because that again goes to the solar plexus here. Now it does say guilt. Sorry, the glare is not great there. But guilt or remorse or regret for something in the past. Some of you are trying to move through that energy. But I do feel like you're doing the healing work, and I think that's very important here, because the next card I got for you says discovery. It says reawaken your sense of discovery and expedition. And this to me is all about like expansion, growth, mindset, healing, doing all the work. I do feel like a lot of you are in maybe a hermit mode of sorts after a big shift. The next card I have is from my Wisdom Oracle deck. It is the Thinker. Number 44 might be significant if you've been seeing a lot of synchronicities or angel numbers. 44 is a good one to have because this is 444 is tied to protection. So you are probably being divinely protected and guided at this time, even if it might not feel like it. I do feel like there is protection for you because you've obviously been guided to listen to this video, and there's probably a message in here for you as well. Now, the next card is from my Power of Love deck. This is all about acceptance. It says you are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. So if you've been having a tower moment or a major shift or upheaval, I do feel like there is some light at the end of the I was going to say light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm thinking like I was going to say light at the end of the storm. That might be a saying for some of you. There's a rainbow at the end of the storm here. I do feel like there's some illusions and clarity that's needed, but your guidance from my other moon oracle deck is I have the power to change my life for the better. So a lot of you are breaking bad habits, old patterns, and you're breaking out of that like traditional behavior, and you're moving into this like Aquarius age of a new mindset. It's all about, you know, a system, a foundation based on love and light and harmony, essentially. So that's progress. Now I'm gonna jump into the tarot here. I just pulled 8 cards for you. There's a lot to kind of go over, so I'm just gonna dive right in. But if this message resonates, if something in here helps you, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in coaching, like a one-on-one coaching session with me, please, you know, feel free to send me a message or reach out on my website. And you know, even if you're just interested in a general tarot reading, I can do that for you as well. So the number 1 card you got, which is all about you and your energy, is the 7 of Wands. And this is all about like your belief system, your value system. I do feel like you're standing up for what you believe in, and I have a feeling it's probably not what you've been culturally indoctrinated to believe in. But I do feel like as we get older, people in general, and life throws us some lessons, we change and adapt to, I think if we're healthy, we can change and adapt to our environment and change our perception and perspectives from the kinds of things that maybe didn't align with our morals and value systems as children. You know, our perception of that can shift over time. Now, your weakness at this time is, interestingly, it's the Knight of Pentacles, which is all about like an offer of a tangible offer of something you're creating. So I do feel like at this time, like your creative brain is a bit closed off. And I only say that because I pulled an I Ching card for you, which I will do at the end of this reading. But the I Ching, when I was reading about it, it was specifically all about creativity. And I feel like you're having a hard time tapping into that. And the creativity is going to lead you to stability and harmony. But I think it's just like you're in some sort of cycle or almost like a spiral right now that's affecting a lot of things. And I think that has to do with the Lovers and the Thinker. It's like you're in this maybe hermit mode and you're figuring out how to self-love and self-soothe. And it's just kind of, it's slow moving, which is, you know, it's not a bad thing. I think it's a necessary step for you at this time. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. But I feel like you've had a major shift here. Whoever I'm speaking to, whoever's in the collective that's watching this video, there's just been a major shift and a major upheaval because the Tower came out in your current situation. This is all about breaking something down to start over new. Like this was, you know, something in regards to either your career, your romance, relationships, friendships, family, some sort of dynamic or situation, or maybe even your life's purpose or career, whatever it is. It's just breaking down like you never really anticipated. But Spirit sends these Tower moments in to clear out anything from the past that's not serving you. So whatever lesson it is you've learned, you're learning it, and it's wiping out. It's basically making a clean slate for you to start over. Now, your strength at this time was the Devil in reverse. I usually don't take reversals, but this one was a good one because if it was upright, I'd say you were having like habit problems, lifestyle problems. But when it's in reverse like this, I feel like you're breaking bad habits, you're breaking addictions, you're breaking pattern behaviors that weren't really suiting you, and that is a positive result for sure. Now, in your advice from Spirit, I have a couple of cards for you. And I usually don't take reversals, but I did take the 8 of Wands because I feel like you got to go slow and steady here. So I have the Page of Swords, the 8 of Wands in reverse, and the 4 of Wands upright. Now, the Page of Swords is kind of like an immature energy. It's like a new mind. It's a new mindset, essentially, because swords are all about the mind, state of mind, and the pages are brand new to something. So it's like you're not sure probably how to build these habits or to create this lifestyle you want, but you're beginning somewhere, And even though it's like slow moving with the Knight of Pentacles energy, it is still progress. So don't be too hard on yourself if you feel maybe guilt over the shift, because I do feel like it's a, what do they say? It's a marathon, not a sprint. And then the 8 of Wands here, this is all about communication. In the upright, it's all about fast communication. And the reverse, it's like slowed down communication, which again, I feel like is where you need to be. It's just like you got to go slow and steady to win this race, because this is all about healing. This is about spirituality. This is about what are you learning? What can you retain from this situation, from this experience? That way you learn the lesson and then you don't have to repeat it again. And I do see, advice from Spirit is the 4 of Wands, and this is all about celebration. So celebrate yourself for your successes. Celebrate yourself for getting out of a situation that wasn't serving you. Celebrate yourself for moving on and being the change you want to see. I feel like this is a great card for you. It's great advice. And then lastly, the last card I have for you is the Moon. So this is like your subconscious, and I feel like there's maybe something you're not seeing clearly, or maybe you're just a little bit afraid because this is brand new territory. But with change, that's a normal response. Fear is essentially where you have like anxiety about the future. Now, guilt is more so based on like regret and remorse about the past. So you have both of those things in your subconscious, and basically the harmony, the part where you're going to find harmony is balancing the both, and then being in the present and being in the now, which is sometimes a very hard thing to do. But I do feel like you're really in like this contemplation mode, and you're doing the healing and you're doing the work. Now, let's see. Did I say this card? I can't remember if I said it or not. I think I might have. Power of Love card. I think I said acceptance. It says you're ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. I think I did say that, but for whatever reason, I feel like I should say it again. So make sure you're working on your heart chakra. Just because the green around this, I'm just thinking a heart. So if you feel like maybe you've been brokenhearted or really disappointed, try to do some heart chakra healing things. And if you're not sure what to do or like what your heart chakra is, go check out my chakra video. I have like each chakra broken down by each specific zone, and there's a lot of meditations and practices you can do to help heal your heart. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm winded. That's a lot of stuff for you. All right, the last card I have for you that's going to hopefully tie this reading together is from my I Ching deck. I didn't do a typical I Ching pull. Usually you cast some coins and then you write down the lines depending on if it was yin or yang, but I just shuffled. I know it's not the traditional way, so don't come at me in the comments. But this particular key that I found here in the I Ching has a lot of resonance with everything that I pulled. So there's a lot of synchronicities and a lot of confirmations, essentially, that you're on the right path here, collective. So the number I got was 39. It says limping, fruitful in the west and south, but not fruitful in the east and north, fruitful to see great people, constancy, and good fortune. Now it's kind of like, it reminds me of like a fortune cookie. You can't really see it, but I have this lovely, lovely book that I love, and it's very helpful to me. This basically ties to the I Ching, and it's called the Gene Keys. I don't get this isn't a promotion. I just love this book, and it helps me a lot. So basically, your 39th gene key, based on the I Ching, is it's where you're dynamic and it's where you're creative. So I feel like that's probably where you're struggling a bit. Like you maybe don't feel as motivated, or you can't get out of your head about something and like how to start this new endeavor, or it's just taking maybe a little bit longer than you think. But basically, the gift of this gene key, of this I Ching mode, is being inspired to break out of the typical dogma mindset and break tradition and essentially follow your heart. So again, I just feel like that's totally synchronistic here with your current energy, which was the 7 of Wands, which was standing up for your belief system, your values. And I do think those are changing over time, gradually, as they should, as we go through different experiences and as we get older. So that's what I have for you, collective. Hopefully this helped. If it did, please again hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel to grow, and I will see you next time.